And then I played on TV with an artist named Lucy Hale, who's like she's a an
Pretty Little
actor.
Liars,
Yeah,
right?
Pretty
She's
Little
a
Liars,
big
right?
deal.
And she was assigned to Hollywood Records and made a country record because she's from Memphis and loved that music. So we played on Good Morning America and we played on Ellen. And as soon as the first time I went back to Toronto after that and saw all my family, they're like, yeah, so proud of you. Like, it's great. You know, I mean, I've been
We
in,
knew you'd make
we knew
it.
you could do it. Yeah. Meanwhile, I'd already been in LA for over 10 years at that point, you know, but that was something that they saw as an achievement. And it is, but it's also like, you know, there's so much that happened before that were bigger hurdles for me to jump over. And it's just that the perception of people in the music business is it's just different when you're not in it, you know. So yeah.
The old overnight success that's 10 years in the making, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
The that performance with Lucy on Ellen, what was that experience like? Like what does your day look like leading up to one song on TV?
Yeah, that's a great question because I that it's a real interesting thing. I've done it a few times now with different people, and I think that what's crazy about it is you already sort of hinted at it here. It's like you have to get there super early and just be in place so that they can um, start to get everybody prepared for it. You know, including like a sound check and then I guess a little bit of manicuring of people and so on. And but mostly they just want you present so that in case schedules change, a lot of these shows are supposedly filmed live to tape, right? Which means they run it all the way down. But I think there are certain cases where they film the music at a beforehand and then cut it in later and so on. So you're there all day, and it's this incredibly to me playing on TV is like the highest pressure that a musician, I think anyway, can face. And you know, Ellen is live to tape, but like GMA is live. So like you can't screw up because if you do, everybody's gonna see it live on national TV. So you're sitting around kind of waiting, you knowing that this really intense thing is about to come up, and you kind of have to keep breathing and relaxing and telling yourself that you know we know the song, we've played it a million times, it's going to be fine. But there's always that thing kind of, you just kind of want to get it over with, even though it's really fun when it's happening. You kind of want to get it done because it's like, okay, I still have energy. I got up at 3 o'clock a.m., but I'm ready to go. Let's do it, you know? And a lot of times you're waiting way past the time where you feel like you're at your peak and you just have to like pick yourself up and go. Um, so that's been that doing that has been in and of itself a learning experience about like pacing yourself through a day because it's not that often that that kind of stuff happens, you know?
I was gonna ask if it feels like just another gig to you when you get up there, or if it's just
No,
different. You're not getting the crowd back to you, and
right.
it's kind of a very stale stale environment you're performing to.
Like they all have some semblance of an audience. Like, you know, GMA, they kind of surround you with a few people who are fans. So they do that on purpose. And then, you know, Ellen is like, there's an audience there. But yeah, it's like it's like it feels just different because it's like, okay, and go. And it's like all these cameras and all the lights, and the host says the band's name. And it's like, it's just very different. It's not like anything else. It's not like a regular gig because it feels like what it is, which is like, you know, you got one shot to make this really good. Like they can, on the live to tape thing, if it's a really big train wreck, they can start over and do it again. But of course, as a musician, your pride is like, I'm not going to let that happen. We're going to nail this on the first one, you know. And I'm happy to say that that's been the case for me. But you know, there's things that are out of your control too, like you know, operating. I remember with Lucy operating a laptop which had some backing tracks that we were using, right? So there was like extra guitars and some other things on that, and it's like, okay, so here I am on national TV, and I know my drumming. I'm feeling pretty good about that, but like if this computer decides to do something weird, I can't control that. Like I'm gonna have to pull a rabbit out of a hat. I'm gonna have to stop it if it makes a mistake. I'm gonna have to do something and then keep the band on the tracks, you know. So you those kinds of things are running in the back of your mind the whole time you're doing it, and it makes it a little less like of like live music is just like you play it and it's gone. It's out in the air and it's gone. I mean, nowadays with YouTube, it gets preserved to some extent, but it's nowhere near the same kind of thing. It's like, oh yeah, this is like a real musical environment. TV is, I guess, just not that, you know.
Yeah, for example, the Lucy Hale performance on Ellen has 1 million views on YouTube. So
Yeah,
it's you want to play it, you want it to be great, and it's also captured forever. Like 1 million
yeah,
people have seen that. So it's like if you made a mistake, you can't escape, especially now in where today everything lives online forever. So
yeah. I'm like glad I wore a nice shirt that day, you know.